The buzziest film at the festival this year is without a doubt Money Monster. It's a thriller starring George Clooney and Julia Roberts, and it's directed by Jodie Foster. Clooney plays a financial TV talk show host who is taken hostage after giving a bad tip, and Julia Roberts is the producer calmly speaking in his ear. Money Monster just had its world premiere in Cannes, and while Jodie Foster, the director, has been coming here since she was 13 with Taxi Driver, for Julia Roberts, this is the first festival ever. Take a look.
Gates, the show is Money Monster. Without risk, there is no reward.
Who's that guy on camera 2? Anybody know?
Was this a union thing?
Lee, stay calm. I'm right here. Put it up.
A celebration of capitalism gone wrong. In the show Money Monster, finance guru Lee Gates gives advice on how to invest in the stock market. But after a company he backs goes bankrupt, a disillusioned viewer decides to get his revenge by taking him hostage. For her fourth film as director, Jodie Foster tried to give a human dimension to this financial thriller.
There's some cops and helicopters and guns and bombs and, fast-paced excitement and all of that. But ultimately, the real jewel in it is the relationship between these two men and this woman, in some ways, that is played by Julia Roberts, who is producing Lee Gates, George's survival.
For lead actor and co-producer George Clooney, the movie was also a way to denounce the excesses of Wall Street.
We love the idea of talking about how when things go wrong, you actually don't really understand what it is that went wrong that causes you to lose a lot of money. And how when those things all go wrong, the little guy kind of gets screwed. And I thought those were really interesting themes.
It's the fourth time in their career that George Clooney and Julia Roberts appear together on the big screen. And for the iconic actress, Money Monster is much more than a simple Hollywood thriller.
I think it's a story about, all of us feeling in control or not in control of our own lives. It's people who are brought to their tipping point, and then what happens?
At the Cannes Film Festival, where the movie was aired for the first time, the reactions were generally positive.
I really love the chemistry between Julia Roberts and George Clooney in the movie. They seem like old friends. They really made the relationship work.
There really is a Jodie Foster style. Jodie really made the movie her own. It's not a style I can really explain, but I will be following it closely.
I had a good time. It's not extraordinary, I wasn't overwhelmed, but it's a really entertaining movie.
Fast-paced and entertaining, Money Monster explores the shortcomings of modern financial institutions, and it does so through relatable characters whose weaknesses are all too human.
People like these guys, they're stealing everything from us and they're getting away with it too.
Now, if Money Monster is the buzziest film at the festival this year, one of the buzziest actresses is Kristen Stewart. The girl who made her name as Bella in the Twilight Saga is now Hollywood royalty, starring in 2 films here in Cannes. She's in the hotly anticipated Personal Shopper, which is a sort of fashion meets ghost story, and she also stars in Woody Allen's Cafe Society, which was, of course, the opening film. My colleague Louise Dupont met up with the no-nonsense actress here in Cannes.
Love is not rational. You fall in love. You lose control.
Whoa, is that good or bad?
Kristen Stewart, hello. Thank you for being with us. What was it like to work with a legendary director such as Woody Allen?
It was a wonderful filmmaking experience, actually. No, from start to finish, it's a very well-oiled machine. He makes a movie a year, and everyone that he works with, it's an entire entity. And all of the thoughts that you have about him going in, he satisfies. He's really, really funny. He's just staggeringly intelligent. And upon reading the script, they're so perfectly written. I mean, the most intimidating thing was just being able to fit all of those words into my mouth and service that rhythm that he always accomplishes. And so it was intimidating, but so fun. It was really indulgent and really, really fun.
Well, if I was your boyfriend, I would not travel. Or if I did, I would take you with me. I hope he knows how to kiss you and all the rest.
It's between us.
You're also here in Cannes for Personal Shopper by the French director Olivier Assayas. It's the second time you're working together. I've read it was quite an unusual and exhausting experience.
I knew that I couldn't do Personal Shopper before Cafe Society. Olivier wanted to go immediately, and I just said, honestly, there's no way. If I do Personal Shopper correctly, I'm gonna be incapacitated by the end of it. Like, I'll just, you know, and it really did, like, kick me in the teeth in the best way. It was just really lonely and cold and kind of scary and exhausting and way too heady. And, you know, it's a genre film. It's kind of a horror movie. But the scariest part of the movie, you know, it doesn't necessarily involve the supernatural aspects. It really is more about, like, the really, really base, deep questions that could keep you up at night. Like, oh my God, like, am I real? Like, is this really happening? You know what I mean? Like, those questions that actually don't let you sleep. That's what the movie's about.
So we made this oath. Whoever died first would send the other a sign.
A sign? From the afterlife?
You could call it that. You could call it a million things.
You started really young. You were only 10 or 11 when you did Panic Room with Jodie Foster. What did you learn since then?
Oh my gosh. I mean, a lot. What have I learned since I was 10? I don't know. I was a very clear version of myself at 10, to be honest. I'm, like, trying to get back to that. You know what I mean? Like, when you're a kid, you really, again, you're just, like, a kind of a pure version of yourself. And then you turn 13 and a whole lot of stuff starts messing with that. And yeah, like, I feel like every year I've gotten older, I'm, like, sort of becoming more and more like I was when I was a 10-year-old. I feel like, you know, I hung out with Jodie Foster the other day, and I hadn't seen her in a while. And it was so interesting to me that, like, we had a relationship that I could remember and that she knew me. And she really did. She has a feel for me. She knows me. And I was like, wow, I guess, like, things don't change a whole lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think good people kind of tend to stay the same.
And you're only 26, and yet you have an impressive career. Do you ever feel like it's too soon, too much too soon?
Oh, no. No. I'm definitely chasing something. Like, I'm hungry. That's, I'm really lucky because I have a lot to chew on, but, no, man, life is short. I think that you should move quickly, always. Like, keep it up, keep it up.